Namaskar, Kolkata. What a beautiful city, the city of joy. I'm pleased to be back. All that beautiful food, the bekti, the ilish, a little cup of tea on the side of the street, and stay tuned to my Kolkata. It's a hard one, isn't it? You have city of joy, and I'd agree with that. But I think it's more than that. There's something deep. There's a resonance here that I haven't experienced anywhere else. And partly the reason for that is because I covered Durga Puja for National Geographic, and just handle hopping and seeing how people celebrate and spiritually connected to the goddess Durga during that period was wonderful. And I got to roam through the streets of Calcutta as the sun was going down and submerge the goddess Durga into the Hooghly, and it was just a really special experience that will stay with me forever, which is more than one line, but hey, you're talking to me. So my favourite street food in Kolkata, one of two things. One you might think is strange, but puchka, number one, because everybody all over India loves arguing about the difference between puchka, golgappa and panipuri. Which one's the better? Puchka, of course, and I love them. And how many do you have, 1 or 10? The other one is tea. I just love finding a little place where, the guy is making, masala chai, he's adding a little bit of cardamom, a little bit of pepper, maybe some ginger, and you see it being made, poured, and then I can just stand there and watch the world go by. May not be street food, but it's one of my favorite things to do. Six Balaganj I like because I like their bekti fry, and they do a good puchong kusandi sauce, which I love. Not a bad, I think it's chingri, which is a little curry in a coconut, which is delicious. Balaram Malak, I love just because of the sandesh, the rasgulla, beautiful sweet desserts. Ichu, because it's one of the oldest Indo-Chinese restaurants in town. I've been there a number of times. Simple, but very, very delicious. Kusim rolls, so that kathi roll for me, again, a little bit spicy, using the puchong sauce. It's lovely just standing on the street and eating it. No, it's not a restaurant. Fish fry every time. I mean, fish and chips is okay, and I am English, but it's kind of predictable. Fish fry, my goodness, all those different flavors, the different fish that you have here. It's always a little bit unexpected depending on who's cooking it, where they're cooking it, and where it's from. Well, it has to be essentially delicious, and it does a number of things. It either makes the hair on the back of your head stand up, or it gives you that groaning kind of sensation where you just want to eat more. Or it could be something that maybe my mother or my grandfather made, or it could be just sitting down with my family, and it could be anything. It could be a simple roast chicken, or something off the grill, something from the tandoor, or a beautiful little bowl of noodles. Anything that just makes you go yum. If there was one Indian dish that would feature in my last meal, it would have to be anything from the tandoor. It sounds silly, but it could be just a bread, stuck to the side of that tandoor, or, a beautiful skewer of chicken or prawn, something that has that kind of earthy, smoky flavor. And there's so many dishes that I love, but there's something unique and something wonderful about that. And when we talked about comfort food before, my mouth's watering, hair standing on the back of my head. Yeah, there's so many, and lots of chef friends are going to be upset with me, but I really love the food at Cavatina in Goa, which is Chef Avanish Martins. I think he kind of exemplifies that idea of a chef that's trying to expand the world view of a local cuisine. So he's taking Goan cuisine to the rest of the world, to India first and then the rest of the world. And there's beautiful poi breads and marinades, the rashiado, the rava fries, all of these things he's using, but in a unique and interesting and sometimes modern way, but with the traditions firmly kind of entrenched in his kitchen. I love his philosophy. He's a great man, and his wife and him are super hosts. So if you haven't been to Cavatina, go. So my favorite place in India has to be Leh Ladakh, because I've just returned from there. What a beautiful place, soulful and magnificent and outstanding. Those big skies, the land of high passes. So 3 Instagram accounts you should follow. Let's go Lokivore, which is Thomas Zacharias. You need to follow that one. Kirsten Tibbles, which is Savour Cooking School, which is a pastry school in Melbourne. Absolutely brilliant. And who else do I follow on a regular basis? Why not follow Matt Preston, just for that MasterChef connection? He posts some lovely home-cooked food, and he's doing some interesting things at the moment. I don't know if you know this, but George, Matt, and I will be here in India in November with Conosh. First to know. If I was not a chef, I would be sad.